Hello and welcome back. Today we've got another £200 of 10p's that we're going to be hunting through, looking for alphabet 10p's, the territory coins, whatever. If we do find an alphabet 10p, it'd be nice if it's a 2019 dated one, and even nicer if it's one of the missing ones. So far, we've got A, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L and M, N, O, P, R, T, U, V and X. So any of the missing 6 to go would be lovely. However, we've been at this book for so long, we started another 2018 book. In fact, it's my third 2018 book. All we need for this book are the letters D, J, R and W. So any of the missing coins would be a fantastic find. So let's get into these bags, see what we find today. Okay then, whilst the coin hunt is ongoing, I'm going to be going through some comments recently left on my videos, responding to them. To get a comment into me, just leave a comment on one of my videos. If you get a random like and love from me, no reply, I've probably screenshotted that to use for a future Q&A video. Firstly, a big thank you to everyone for all the kind birthday wishes I had for my birthday. I had an amazing day, I got some wonderful treats, and I was overwhelmed by your lovely and kind messages that were all sent to me, so thank you very much. I've made it around the sun once more, so there we go. Oh, there we go. T for the drink tea. 2018 dated. Lovely stuff. Right, let's start with John Samuel, who says, I haven't found a single £1 B coin. I've never had a single letter 10p. I've never seen a single King Charles 50p and never seen a new king on any banknotes. It's only videos like this from Christopher that make me believe that they are really out there. That's from June the 6th, 2025. Yeah, so I mean, some of these are not surprising. So the B £1 coins, there was a lot minted, just north of 11 million, 11.6 million, something like that. But although that number has been minted for circulation, they haven't, I don't think, all been released into our change. So there still might just be a few million that are out in circulation, but they will be joined by more as and when there is demand in certain parts of the country. The alphabet 10p's, that doesn't surprise me. I've never found one in my change, and the only person that I know personally who's found one in their change was my mother, who got B for Bond, a 2018 data one in her change at McDonald's, and she was so surprised and took such a deep breath of air having found it, she almost swallowed it, but no, she did give it to me as well, which is very nice of her. King Charles 50p's, that's getting a bit surprising because like the memorial, the coronation 50p, those have got quite high mintages. But no, the banknotes, again, I've seen a fair few of them, but I guess it depends how many banknotes, how many coins you're handling, and I'll cross my fingers for you, and hopefully you'll find some exciting coins very soon. Colin Harper says, hi Christopher, how long does it take to check all the coins for errors, inscriptions, etc.? On the video it's only seconds on the end. Probably 10 or 15 minutes. I normally put a video on YouTube on my phone whilst I'm whizzing through them, but yeah, it doesn't take that long at all. So yeah, to do the commemoratives, this is the £2 coins, 50p's, it's probably about a similar amount of time, to be honest. And again, I just stick a quick video on whilst I'm hunting through them and try and finish the coins before the video ends. Alias says, I'm a Canadian living in America right now. Ooh, good luck. So my British coin knowledge is a bit lacking. Do 50p's actually circulate, or are they like the North American half denominations made mostly for collectors? Yes, it's one of the most commonly used coins out in circulation, probably second behind a pound coin, I would say. In terms of the coins that get the most use in circulation, probably those two, I would imagine. But yeah, you will regularly get 50p's in your change if you're spending physical cash money in the UK. You'll have no problem coming across 50p or two. Philanthropy says, I found Christopher quite recently and have been loving the hunt videos. Thank you very much. Out of interest, how can coin hunters be sure that the bag of coins they're getting isn't one predominantly made up from a previous hunt bags? Is it to do with the frequency? So I can't speak on behalf of all coin hunters, but I use 2 different banks, not just 2 different branches, but 2 separate banks. I have business accounts with both of them. I take coins from one and I pay coins into another, which means that there's no sort of connection between the 2 banks, which really limits the chances of my coins coming immediately back to me. If you think about it, if I was going into one branch of one bank, handing in my coins, taking coins out, I would be worried that I was getting my own coins back each time. So yes, that's how I avoid it, but I'm sure that other people do other things as well. Daryl Morse says, why don't you show your signed Benjamin Bunnies anymore? It's a really odd thing. So I do still, whenever I find a Benjamin Bunny, I've been doing it for many years now, I sign it, Christopher collects, and then I put it out in circulation. And I evenly spread them between all the different bags. So I go through two 50p bags a week. And so say I find 4 Benjamin Bunnies, I'll put 2 in different bags in those bags, if that makes sense. But yeah, I don't know why I don't show them. I just think sometimes I just get into like an autopilot mode. There have been times where I've forgotten to check the book to see if there's anything that's new for the book. It's been a while since I've had anything new for the book. It happened on a video recently, and I only realised when I was editing it going, I don't think I actually checked. They were 3 coins that were already in my book, so they weren't ones that I needed, but I did think, if that was one I needed, I'd be a bit gutted about that. But yes, it's just going into autopilot mode. I will try and endeavour in the future to show some Benjamin Bunnies. I saw this comment a while ago and thought, I should do that, and I have tried to remember to do it at the end of a 50p video and have failed so far, but I will endeavour to do my best. Tack on to the end of checking for the key dates. I should be able to remember to do that, right? Should. Right, Phil Collinson says, Christopher, I'm just about to watch your latest vid, and thank you. I know 50p coins tend to leave you with stained fingertips. What coins are the dirtiest to sort through? Without a shadow of a doubt, without a single solitary doubt in my mind, pennies. Pennies are disgusting. They are so dirty, and there's so many of them in a full bag of them. Pennies are by far and away the worst. They are absolutely grim, but it's just a bit dirt, isn't it? So vigorous hand washing and good soap, it's all good. I've had plenty of comments from people telling me that I should be wearing gloves. I'll get metal poisoning, I'll get this, I'll get that, and whatever. But no, just common sense. Before I do anything after making my video, before I go and eat, before I go and make a drink or anything else, go wash my hands like you would when you've got dirty hands or you've done things that are dirty, right? Anyway, Colin the Coin says, I wonder if handling all these coins does something to your skin. Oh, there we go. All the metal dust turns you into superhero coin man. Oh, there we go. That I would take. What would my super power though? Would I be able to detect a Kew Gardens 50p at a mile distance? There'd be like a radar in my head going doodle-doo, doodle-doo, doodle-doo. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I could track down every Kew Gardens 50p out there in existence and collect them all. Apart from the ones that are in people's collections, I'm not going to break into people's houses and steal their 50p's. That would be villainous of me rather than superly heroic of me. Davina Robin says, hi Christopher, do you find finding alphabet 10p coins are getting more and more rarer now than when you started, or is the rate of finding them remained constant over the years? I think quite early on, my 10p hunts, I used to do them with my youngest brother Patrick. That's when I started doing the £200 worth, because he wanted to do some coin hunts and liked the idea of being in a video, so I would do £100 whilst he was doing £100. And then when he got bored of hunting through coins, I think I just carried on doing the £200. In more recent years, maybe the last 3 years, I don't think they've become any scarcer. I think I'm lucky to find 1 or 2 in £200, but it's not uncommon not to find an alphabet 10p. When I first started doing the 10p's, after they started getting into circulation, as I said, when I was doing it with my little brother Patrick, he had some kind of luck. It was unbelievable. Like, he would find 3 or 4 in his £100 bag, and I would be lucky to find 1 in my bag. So yeah, possibly getting scarcer, that would make sense, but not to the sort of extent of some coins, like the Benjamin Bunnies back in 2017 when they came out. For the next 12-18 months, they were like ridiculous. There were so many of them, but now I maybe find 1 or 2 in a hunt, and again, not too uncommon not to find a Benjamin Bunny, despite how common they are. So yeah, less noticeable than that. James Carmichael says, so Are those dated shields worth anything or just a rare find worth keeping? So the uncirculating is 2009, 10, 11, 16, 18 and 2021 on the shield 50p's. They weren't minted for circulation. You could only get them if you bought the annual set, so the only way you're going to find them out in circulation if someone has broken it out of a set and spent it for one reason or another. They definitely have more than, they are definitely worth more than face value. The 2017 Shield and 2008 Britannia, the low minted circulating years, people will pay a smidge over face value for them. If I was to put my 2017 Shields up for sale, I might be lucky to get a couple of pounds each, but all the hundreds of them that I've got, it's going to be a very, very slow sale. They're not going to be snapped up immediately like a Kew Gardens might if I put that up for sale, or a 2009 Shield would. Definitely be snapped up very, very quickly at a decent price. Yeah, they're definitely £30 plus coins, so if you consider the other circulating commemorative coins of that sort of value. I mean, a 2016 Shield, which is a bit of a sore spot, that they are worth a pretty penny for sure. I think they're probably, yeah, that's probably the only sort of well, the only other coin that sort of comes near to the sort of Atlantic Salmon Kew Gardens 50p sort of value-wise. It's one of those 2016 Shields, so it's definitely the NIFCs will have more value to them. When we talk about the sort of the commemorative ones, like end of last year I found one of the Snowman 50p's. Those ones are not going to hold huge amounts of value because again, there are so many of them still about that you can buy in perfectly good, brilliant uncirculated condition, whereas one that's been out in circulation I don't think is going to hold as much value. It's more that it's an exciting find than it is a rare find for one of those commemoratives. But the Shield 50p's for the non-circulating years, dependent on the year, they are definitely good coins to find with a bit of value to them. Anyway, with that being said, let's get back to the coins. Oh, there we go. Final bag grants us find number 2. N for NHS 2019. Fantastic. Well, there we go. A good result for sure. We've got quite a few from the different territories. Jersey, 1992. Guernsey, 1992. Very good vintage if I say so myself. Gibraltar, Europort, 2008. And then this one's a little bit worn away. The Great Siege. That's 2007. Again from Gibraltar. But star finds, of course. T4T, 2018. Always nice to see. And then, whoops, N for NHS, 2019 dated. Not the nicest of condition, but as it's a 2019, I will take it 100%. That is a fantastic find. So I think is this 3 weeks in a row we found alphabet 10p's, which is very, very fortunate, and I'm very glad for that. If you too have been part of the I Found an Alphabet 10p club, then do let us know in the comments what letter you have found. Hopefully next week we continue this streak and find some more of them. Ideally though, one's missing from the book, because those two we've already got, so there we go, for both the books as well. So, well, we'll keep trying. As usual, there are links in the description of this video across to my coin collecting Discord server if you'd like to come and join me and other coin collectors over on that. There's also links to my other social media channels, the PO box address if you'd like to write into me, and of course a link to the Britannia Coin Company's YouTube channel, the company I work for as my day job, so please check them out too. All it leaves me to do now is thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for more coins. Bye.